We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. Big news for anyone who relies on BGE. Your bill will go up starting next year. Coming up, the new rate hikes that were just approved and just how much more you'll be paying on average. And two of the state's top prosecutors are coming together, and they're calling for lawmakers to take action in the upcoming legislative session. The changes to the state's crime laws that they want to see made. And big news for O's fans. The governor says a deal to keep the team here at Camden Yards is in the works. How soon final approval could come. You're watching Fox 45 News Midday.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks so much for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Shannon Lilly. Words turning into action for two of Maryland's top prosecutors as they plan to lobby state lawmakers to change two juvenile crime laws. Ahead of the legislative session, Baltimore City State's Attorney Ivan Bates and Prince George's County State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy are coming together with one goal of curbing juvenile crime.
You can't have rehabilitation without accountability. And we want to ensure that our laws focus on accountability.
So we want to make sure that, one, we hold young people accountable, but we also protect young people from some of the individuals that are criminal predators.
Now, their firm message comes on the heels of an exclusive interview with Fox 45 News as we continue to see young people caught up in crime. Olivia Dance shows us the demands from top prosecutors ahead of the next legislative session.
Well, Annapolis is all quiet now, but soon this area will be filled with lawmakers as session begins in January. And prosecutors say they are hopeful that their proposals will get support from lawmakers here. For months, though, there has been frustration from prosecutors, police, and parents around the state over the current juvenile justice laws, one that prevents kids 13 and younger from facing nonviolent misdemeanor charges, and the other requires an attorney-authorized law enforcement to question a young person, even if their parent approves. And now state's attorneys from Maryland's largest areas, Baltimore City and Prince George's County, say that they've heard the complaints.
We spent a lot of time over the spring, the summer, and the fall talking to members of the judiciary and the Senate, trying to have as much dialogue. So I think there's an appetite for change.
That's why we are asking the legislature to revisit our juvenile statute.
The prosecutor's proposals include extending probation for young people, allowing the state's attorney's office to get involved in handgun and car theft cases earlier, and requiring attorneys to be in person during questioning with law enforcement. They also both agree the length of probation is not enough, especially when kids wait months to start a court-ordered program. They say extending the length of probation will make sure that people are held accountable. Another part of the package is that they want the Department of Juvenile Services to notify the courts when a kid violates their probation.
Our package, we think, provides both help for our communities to keep people safe, as well as hope for individuals who need that second chance.
At the end of the day, we serve the people. And this isn't just what we want. This is what the people have told us they want.
The package also includes plans to expand the state's gang laws, which prosecutors say could help the carjacking rings we see across Maryland. But for now, reporting in Annapolis, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News, Midday.
Thank you, Olivia. Let's take a closer look at the proposals on the table in regards to the Juvenile Justice Reform Act and Juvenile Interrogation Act. Starting with the Juvenile Justice Reform Act. Currently, under it, juveniles 13 years old and younger cannot face charges for nonviolent misdemeanor offenses. Bates and Braveboy are urging lawmakers to increase the probation for kids who are found with a gun or caught stealing a car. Under their proposal, probation limits would increase to 18 months for certain misdemeanors and 4 years for violent felonies. Braveboy says with longer probation periods, it gives the young person more time to complete a rehabilitation program. They would also like to see the state's attorney's office get involved in handgun and car theft cases earlier. When it comes to the Juvenile Interrogation Act, currently an attorney must give permission to law enforcement to question a juvenile. Bates says he would like to see the law require attorneys to be present during the meeting and questioning. He argues this allows an attorney to have a discussion with both parents and the child to decide the best course of action. Senate President Bill Ferguson is hosting a town hall on juvenile crime and public safety in Baltimore next week. State lawmakers representing South Baltimore and DJS Secretary Vincent Schiraldi will be among the panelists. This comes as DJS is facing questions about how it keeps track of the children in its system. The department has 14 staff members for more than 100 kids, a ratio of about 1 to 9. Developing now, the Maryland Public Service Commission approves a BGE rate increase. The increase will take place over 3 years for a total of just under $408 million. That is less than the $602 million BGE had asked for. So what does it all mean for you? In 2024, on average, electric customers can expect to see their bills go up about $4 a month. Now, if you're also a gas customer, add on another $10 a month. In a statement, BGE says the order ensures that BGE can continue to provide safe, reliable, and affordable services to our customers while laying the foundation for the grid of the future. We understand the importance of balancing the needs of energy affordability with the advancement of our grid infrastructure transformation. You can find more on last night's decision from the PSC and the debate leading up to it on our website at foxbaltimore.com. Here's a look at today's top trending stories. Trending number 1. It appears the O's will stay in Baltimore. An agreement has been reached between the O's and the Maryland Stadium Authority, and approval is expected to come on Monday. The current lease is set to expire on December 31st. Trending number 2, the embattled executive of the state's college savings plan quietly stepped down from his position last month. Anthony Savia's resignation from the Maryland 529 board follows a year of intense controversy for the state. In the year Savia was leading the program, account holders criticized him for poor communication and a lack of transparency over missing funds in their accounts. Trending number 3. Governor Wes Moore is signing an executive order expanding state resources to combat the overdose and substance abuse epidemic in Maryland.
These issues are personal. It's important, and today is an incredibly important day for our state, also because it's not only hoping for a better future for those we pray never have to get caught up on this, but it's also honoring the legacy of those who did.
Under the change, the Opioid Operational Command Center will be renamed the Maryland Office for Overdose Response. It will operate under the State Department of Health. Trending number 4, the Department of Transportation is installing new red light cameras in the city, but some are questioning the placement of these cameras. State Senator Antonio Hayes spoke with FOX45 News, sharing his concerns.
As Marylanders, whether you're a Baltimore City resident or in a surrounding county, you're paying the price of this concentration of cameras. What I'd like to see the city do is find other more permanent ways to address pedestrian safety here in the city of Baltimore.
Now, Hayes says the cameras could be better served in high-foot traffic areas like schools, which he says was the original goal of this plan. He's also suggesting raised crosswalks to help slow down traffic. Still ahead, you either love them or you just hate them. We're talking about office parties. Either way, they may look different this year. Coming up, how inflation is impacting them. And despite inflation, Americans are expected to break records this year with their holiday spending. Coming up, just how much more the average shopper will spend. And whole milk in schools. How lawmakers are trying to reverse an Obama-era ruling that switched to skim.
Hey everyone, I'm Wyatt Everhart. Let's get a first check of that forecast. Big thing today, we're already seeing a significant warm up compared to the last 24 hours. So sunshine and a southwest breeze all adding up to a nice Friday around here. Temperatures ultimately ending up in the upper 50s. Some spots in Maryland touching 60 degrees later this afternoon, more than likely. So a nice mild day, another one Saturday. Changes for Sunday, though. We'll talk about that storm system straight ahead.
Fox 45 News, winner of 16 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore news stations combined.
We are now taking a look at your social stream. Another milk option could be heading back to school cafeterias. Whole milk was taken out of schools in 2012 and replaced with low-fat options to try and combat childhood obesity. But Republicans are pushing to bring it back. During floor debate, North Carolina GOP Representative Virginia Fox claims whole milk is the choice of Santa Claus and should also be available to school children as well. So Maria here is saying, I can't believe that we have loads of other things that need to be addressed. And right now, before they go on their far too long holiday break, we are discussing milk. Yeah, she's not happy. This user saying whole milk is great for younger kids, but I doubt it has benefits for school-age kids. Schools and kids should have options, though, so maybe they'll get that. Kid Rock changes his tune on Bud Light. The musician was one of the first to declare a boycott on the beer brand after it sent a promotional beer can to a transgender influencer. But Rock told Tucker Carlson on his X show that the brand just made a mistake and they, quote, got the message. Casey here says, quite a transition of opinion. If you know, you know. Here's this one. I forget. Did sales of Bud Light collapse or did they not? Well, the American Girl doll brand is coming to the big screen. Mattel says a live-action movie based on the dolls is in the works. After the billion-dollar success of the movie Barbie, producers are hoping for another blockbuster. That is really exciting. This person saying they've made these before, and there are tons of actual books for these girls. It was only a matter of time before they made a bigger budget one. Not sure why they picked Samantha first, though. Yeah, my favorite was Felicity. I always remember that. These movies about dolls always create a fever among audiences, both adults and children. It's half real and half imaginary. This genre of movies brings in billions of dollars in revenue. Probably will, yeah. Still ahead, spotting spam. The new tech Instagram is rolling out to help clean up your feed. Well, we are back with a live look over the Inner Harbor there. Sunny and clear skies today. Looks nice out there, but we could see rain this weekend. Coming up, we'll time it all out for you and tell you which day is going to be worse. Happening today, jurors resume deliberations in Rudy Giuliani's defamation case. Jurors must decide how much Giuliani must pay for falsely accusing two former Georgia election workers of ballot fraud. The former New York City mayor made the accusations while attempting to keep former President Trump in the White House despite his 2020 election loss. Giuliani is also facing criminal charges related to the effort. Making headlines, a New York appeals court has denied former President Donald Trump's challenge to a gag order. Trump and his attorneys cannot publicly speak about the judge and court staff involved in his civil fraud trial. The appeals court says Trump did not properly challenge the gag order and sanctions. This comes after testimony in the trial ended on Wednesday. A nearly $100 million donation from Elon Musk is backing plans for a new primary and secondary school and ultimately a university in Austin, Texas. That's according to tax filings tied to the billionaire. Associates of Musk are heading up what's called the Foundation, a new school with plans to focus on teaching science, technology, engineering, and math subjects. According to the filing, the school would then expand to a university. Topping your consumer news, Meta rolls out a new suite of tools on Instagram to detect spam accounts. The new tools will improve the network's automated detection system that checks for spam across comments, tags, story views, and followers. Account holders will be able to view, bulk delete, and approve tags or user requests flagged by the system. Instagram will also send in-app notifications to users for posts that violate community guidelines. General Motors will lay off about 1,300 workers from 2 of its Michigan plants. That's according to notices filed with state regulators. The job cuts are expected to happen in the new year. It comes after GM announced it is ending production of the Chevy Camaro at the Lansing Grand River Assembly Plant. There are just 2 more weekends until Christmas, if you can believe it, and shoppers are going big this year. For the first time since the pandemic, Americans plan to spend more change than usual this holiday. The National Retail Federation says holiday spending is expected to grow between 3% and 4% from last year. One survey found about 1/3 of Americans say they already budgeted their money in preparation for holiday spending, and millennials are 3 times more likely to indulge on higher spending than any other generation. Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now. So I'm a millennial, Mark. I fall in that category. I don't know, though. I feel like maybe I'm spending about average.
Yeah, I think, you know what? I will say December had 3 pay periods in it.
Yes, and thank goodness.
And see, that last pay period on the 29th for many of us, see, it's kind of tricking you because you're like, you know what? Maybe I can splurge a little because it happens before Christmas.
Right.
I'm putting
Maybe
aside
they
my
did
mind.
that on purpose.
Well, I'm not splurging. You know, I don't spend a lot anyway. So
I remember you saying that.
I don't spend. I really just buy. I just really just buy for the wife. Don't say anything.
So are you ready? Do you have that?
I did. I closed the deal on those 3 gifts today.
Oh.
And so I'm done.
You're done. 3 gifts and done. Okay.
Yeah. And then my coworkers, I just give them the gift cards that I collect throughout the year.
Okay, I'm expecting a gift card then. What are you going to get me?
Are we supposed to put stuff in little stockings in the hallway out there? Are we doing that?
I think we're doing something next week. We have like a secret Santa thing going on, I think.
Well, I put something in your little stocking.
Oh, okay, I'll check for it.
Yep. I hope you like Slim Jims.
Slim Jim. All right, I'm going to check for that. You know, I am hungry, Mark, so I appreciate anything. Thanks,
Merry
Mark.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. All right, time now for a check-in with meteorologist Wyatt Everhart. He has got a look at some wicked weather across the country.
Hey everyone, I'm Wyatt Everhart. Time to get a check of that forecast. First, I want to show you some wicked weather video from Twitter. Now, this is out of Nashville, and just the last week, back on Saturday, a transformer struck, and just an amazing to see this flame wrapped into the tornado from that wicked weather out in Tennessee. And it's just, this video has been kind of overspreading the internet, and if you haven't seen it yet, it's just something to really observe there. Just impressive to see that flame drawn into the tornado. That's just something you basically never see. In any case, just the opposite around here. Quiet, calm conditions, at least for the next 48 hours or so. We've got a light west wind today, lots of sunshine. It's going to help warm things up. We'll climb through the 40s into the 50s late this afternoon. Overall, a nice looking forecast day and another nice day on the way for Saturday around here. I do think as we take a bigger picture, you'll see that things are getting more active into Saturday and Sunday. Right now, we're watching a line of shower action pushing toward Chicagoland early Saturday. Could impact flight travelers in that direction if you're connecting through Chicago. Otherwise, it's all about this coastal storm that's brewing and will be strengthening as we go through the weekend. And as we go into Saturday night into early Sunday morning, this is coming out of Florida, running up the Carolina coast and into Virginia, Maryland, ultimately impacting us with wet weather and wind as we go late Sunday, in particular into early Monday. So a nice start to the weekend. Does not hold up as that coastal storm arrives in earnest through the day on Sunday. In the short term, double-barreled high pressure, crystal clear conditions ahead of that storm tracking in. So enjoy it out there because we've got mild conditions for the next 2 days. Temperatures running in the mid to upper 50s. Chances for rain holding off until we go from Sunday into Monday. That's when we likely see quite a bit of rain Sunday night into the day Monday, and then colder with flurries as the whole system blows out of here early on Tuesday.
All right, Wyatt, thank you. Still ahead, today is the last day you can ship some packages and have them arrive before Christmas. Coming up, the more expensive shipping options you still have if you need more time. And giving back this holiday season, how 2 local groups are helping put a smile on kids' faces this Christmas. It's a big night for wrestling fans. At 8, it's the WWE Friday Night SmackDown. Then it's Fox 45 News at 10, followed by the late edition at 11. It's 11:22. You're watching Fox 45 News Midday. Don't miss this. The Baltimore City Police Department and Roca are getting into the holiday spirit with a toy drive and meal giveaway. Officers from the department and members from Roca distributed hundreds of toys and meals to Baltimore residents. It all happened yesterday.
The best part about today really is that we're giving back, and our staff, we talk all the time about gratitude and the things we're able to do with the young people and their families, and it makes you feel good that you can be a part of a community and help someone out, even if it's just one toy or a hot meal. The holidays are tough for a lot of people for a lot of reasons, so if we can be a part of making it better, we're all for it, and we're definitely here to give support in any way that we can.
That's awesome. Members from Roca say they plan to enlarge or engage with small businesses in the community in the coming weeks as a part of giving back. If you're shipping packages this holiday, today is the deadline for 5-day ground shipping with the U.S. Postal Service. Today is also the cutoff for first-class mail. If you need a little more time, you can wait until December 18th if you pay for 4-day shipping. The last scheduled day for regular USPS delivery is Saturday, December 23rd. Consumer spending in the U.S. picked up from October to November as the unofficial holiday season kicked off. According to the Commerce Department, retail sales rose 0.3% in November after falling 0.2% in October. Consumer shopping online and in stores, going to restaurants and traveling have all helped fuel the economic growth. The National Retail Federation expects shoppers will spend more during the 2023 holiday season than last year. And it is time now for your lunch break. Taco Bell is testing out some new drinks. The fast food chain has introduced frozen coffee and sweet shakes. Those look pretty good. Taco Bell says the drinks are inspired by authentic Mexican flavors like Mexican chocolate, dulce de leche, churro, and spiced vanilla. That's all the time we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle is up next. Mark Clark is back. What are you guys working on, Mark?
Well, having kids may help you live longer. It's true. A new study's finding those who have kids live longer. How many kids and how much longer? We'll talk about it coming up on Be More Lifestyle. Stick around.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
And what's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Radio personality Shay Parker's in the building from 92Q. Also, motivational speaker Eric Rittmeyer in the building. Let's go, Eric, let's go!
I'm so pumped to be back. I've been on the show forever, and you bring Shay on with me. This is like a win-win.
Yes, I'm excited.
Eric. Okay, now look, let me tell you right now.
Okay.
Some companies may be toning down the holiday cheer in the office this year. A new report says many companies are skipping holiday office parties because of rising inflation and layoffs, while others are offering low-key parties as opposed to more extravagant events. Either way, one survey found 55% will skip their office holiday party this year. Shay, you love them, you work with them, you see them all the time. You guys got that fat budget over there. Do you go or do you skip the party?
I have skipped 2 holiday parties so far. I cannot lie. I do a radio morning show at 4:45 in the morning. I don't need to see y'all 3 times for the holidays. So I will be at the last and final holiday party.
Because that's when they have the gifts.
Right.
Eric, you have your own company. Are you skipping your own company party this year? Are you still doing it? Or you guys cut
I
back?
love a party. You let your hair down, everybody gets it in. I'm not into all the extravagant. I don't need this big fancy party.
Just like
something where everybody's get absolutely just go get in. Everybody acts goofy. Everybody acts a fool. You come in back in the next day, it's a little headache, and it's like, this is fun. It's a
But
camaraderie
Eric, we
thing.
having the bench press at the party.
But now I
Anybody
want to
trying to do a
know.
bench press, Eric?
That's what I mean. Like, is it food? Is it going to be alcohol there? Who
Eric got
cooks?
bench press going on, arm measurements. You know, it's like, no, man.
It's my kind of party.
Hey, dude, fill those guns.
Shay's definitely not coming now. Come on.
We want you to tell it. We want you to tell it. Do you like office parties? Vote on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, we'll see what everybody thinks. Now, having kids may help you live longer. A new study finds people with kids live an average of 5 to 10% longer than they would if they didn't have kids. One theory is having kids leads to more social interactions, which, it improves lifespan. Also, for how many kids? They say 2. Basically, 2 is the magic number. So, Shay, you guys have kids?
I got 2 of them.
Oh!
Listen,
Shay don't have kids.
I don't have kids. I don't have to go as hard as y'all. But
right.
I don't know about this survey. I feel like I need to see the receipts. I need to see the methodology because I believe that kids give you gray hairs.
Well, let me just say this.
You all look stressed most days.
Well, I think Eric will agree. For guys, I think it is there's kind of a grounding effect, I think, when you're thinking of somebody else. What do you think, Dad?
Kids unlock this level of happiness that you just can't access unless you have them. So our life prior to kids is here, right? Highs, lows, highs, lows. The millisecond you have kids, they range from here to here, and it's like highs, lows, like millisecond. Now, I'm also not a fan of just telling people you have to have kids just to have them.
No.
You gotta be fully in it.
No, because especially for women, the one phrase that is true. I think your life will never be the same after that. I think that is one thing. All the advice people give you, your life will never be the same after you have a baby, especially when you're like blah, blah, blah. It changes.
Okay, I'm going to take my time. I'll take you all's advice for it. You know, I'm just easing my way into the kid thing. But I do love them. I think
and you're
they're
going to be a
they're
great mom
fun.
one day.
Thank you.
If you want to be. Now, if you find yourself waking up in the middle of the night, one sleep expert says these are some tips for falling asleep. Try taking a few deep breaths or turning on white noise machine to see if you can fall back asleep. Now, do not look at your phone. But who does not look at the phone? You got to look at the phone.
Yeah, I'm looking at the phone.
I'm looking at the phone. But Eric, the light affects us, right?
You know, I'm a white noise kind of guy. Like, I gotta have a fan on. Like, I travel with a box fan. If I go, so I'm like the airport, my box fan. Everybody's got like their bags. I'm like, I got a box. What's up, bro? What do you got? I need that white noise in the background. It's gotta be consistent, though. It could be a jackhammer as long as it's consistent, if it's an inconsistent TV. But once you're up, the millisecond you go to that phone, you're done. You might as well just get up and start like cooking dinner.
I love it. Thank God we saw the tattoos on the bald head. When he said I'm a white, I didn't know what's coming next. White noise. Yes, Eric. White noise. White noise.
This might be my last time on the show, Mark. I appreciate that.
I need this, though, because I always pick up my phone because I want to see what time it is. And that just leads me to say I probably need a real alarm clock so that I don't do that, you know?
Yeah, I'm definitely hooked on the phone. I don't even have a white noise machine, but then again, I don't really get enough sleep. That's another thing. If you need to get enough sleep, you need to talk to Eric anyway.
And let's talk about kids, right? When you get kids, you never sleep again. See, Shay, you should have kids. You won't sleep again.
My naps will be over.
They are done.
I don't like that.
We know you guys got a lot of big things coming up. In addition to your top-rated morning show that you participate on every morning, you got your winter concert coming up too, right?
Yes, we have 92Q's Winterfest 2023. Lil Wayne, Gucci Mane, Coco Jones. Who else is going to be there?
Everybody.
Pork Chop is performing. I just got my hair done. Okay, shout out to my girl Meezy for getting me together.
So isn't it crazy, Eric? Now, Lil Wayne is actually old school.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
She was a baby.
I guess so.
We
6 or
remember
7.
when Lil Wayne was a baby.
Yeah.
Well, have a great time. Guys, have a great weekend.
Thank you
have
so
a great
much.
holiday.
Mark. Appreciate it, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, still ahead, making a meal that impresses your guests. Doesn't have to be hard coming up. So simple and easy to make recipes for the holiday. And it's the perfect gift for young adults, especially young girls who may be living on their own. Coming up, the new personal safety device is helping others have peace of mind. Stick around.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
Being prepared to protect yourself in an unfortunate reality these days, Julie Moran is here with a handy tool she insists her daughters carry at all times. Here's America's Steals and Deals.
The following segment is sponsored by Naki.
It is so unfortunate that 1 in 3 women will be assaulted in their lifetime, and that is a very scary statistic. And that's why I love Bling Sting, because you can feel safe and look fashionable all at the same time. And I insist that both my daughters carry this pepper spray because it's maximum strength and it has a 12-foot direct range. It also has a UV marking device that stains the target for up to 48 hours, which is really helpful for police to identify the attacker. That is really, really unique. And all it takes is one quick spray in the assailant's face to make them stop. It's also portable and it's easy to conceal, which I just did if you don't want anybody to see it. And they come in all these bright colors. They've got camo too, so many patterns that you can pick your style and you can clip it anywhere. Like you can clip it to your backpack, you can belt loop, purse, wherever. And you know, this product gives me peace of mind knowing I'm protecting my daughters and myself. And right now, this is really, really great. We are offering 25% off the Bling Sting pepper spray. So head to asadeals.com for this exclusive offer. They're gonna go fast, so you wanna get this right away.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by President Whipped Creme from Lactalis and College Inn.
And the most wonderful time of the year is here. That means it's time to start planning the perfect menu for our holiday celebrations. Chef Claire Robinson joins us with some simple, stress-relieving tips for our winter get-togethers. Now, Claire, where do we start?
We are going to get started with flavor, and I like to enhance my holiday winter dishes with pantry staples with the best flavor, like collagen broths and stocks. The brand, beloved by chefs and home cooks alike, is celebrating 100 years of adding rich flavor to any dish you make, from mashed potatoes and carrots to soups and roasts. Ranging from chicken broth and beef bone broth to vegetable stock, Collagen provides unmatched delicious taste to all your favorite dishes, thanks to the brand's carefully crafted products that are slow simmered and made with a blend of farm-grown vegetables, quality chicken or beef, and unique seasonings. Collagen has a wide selection from organic to reduced sodium and 99% fat-free, and it's available at Walmart and local retailers near you.
So, Chef, what are you serving for the most important part of the meal, dessert?
You know it. Dessert is always the most important, and I have two secret weapons. President Whipped Cream is my go-to. It elevates my holiday desserts from pies to brownies to my favorite, just topping it right on top of hot chocolate or in the mouth. Its authentic gourmet French-style recipe turns any dish into something memorable, and it reminds me of a restaurant-style whipped cream because it really holds a long time from kitchen to plate. Plus, it's got all that creaminess without all the work of like hand whipping it. It's the whipped cream on top, which makes the dessert feel like a special occasion, which you certainly should do for your desserts. Make them special. It contains the highest quality ingredients, no corn syrup. It comes in two flavors, original with Madagascar vanilla and extra creamy. You can find that one at Harris Teeter, but I also like to keep on hand as a pantry staple, Del Monte fruits. These ready-to-eat canned fruits make it where just super fast. I can ditch the cutting board, throw them right into a savory dish such as ham, or actually make a whole entire dessert based around the fruits, such as a pear berry buckle cake. It's a mouthful, but man, it tastes delicious like a mouthful. They have all different kinds of fruits, the sliced peaches and 100% juice, no sugar added, sliced pears, deluxe gold pineapple, which is the highest quality pineapple in naturally extra sweet 100% juice. I mean, you could also just eat them straight out of the can like I do in the middle of the night.
Chef, you got the good stuff. Now, you have any tips for reducing holiday sweat, the holiday stress around the holidays?
It is. Holiday sweat is holiday stress. I'll tell you what. And absolutely, I like to shop fresh, but no more than 2 days before. I keep my pantry well stocked. As you see, these three things are wonderful pantry staples. Pantry also means refrigerator. It keeps it simple. I can last minute zhuzh something. I can whip together something. I also keep a list going at all times. I keep it on my phone because I never know when I'm going to hit the store. Sometimes I plan to last minute swing in there, and it's nice to have that list and be scratching it off as you go. And my last tip, don't forget about the coffee. I typically do personally, and I like to make a coffee station because once I've cooked the meal, I'm done. I'm putting my feet up and I'll have that coffee station so people can help themselves and you can enjoy your friends and your family.
And as we wrap things up, where can we go for more information?
Go to collegeinn.com, presidentcheese.com, cheese2you.com, and delmonte.com, and you'll get all sorts of recipes, more tips, and hopefully have a wonderful holiday.
Definitely. Thanks so much, Chef. Take care. Still ahead, we're talking heart health this holiday. Coming up, new treatments that can help those with heart disease. But first, this holiday season, stores are facing a new problem. Coming up, a new solution to retail security and thefts. Stick around.
This is Be More Lifestyle.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Axon.
The busy holiday season is the most important time of year for retail stores. Unfortunately, a recent uptick in retail crime has put retailers on edge. Chris Hamlin, Vice President of Asset Protection for the Retail Industry Leaders Association, and Mike Shore, Vice President and General Manager of Enterprise at Axon, join us now to discuss retail challenges and some of the potential solutions. So what are some of the recent statistics on retail theft in the United States?
Retailers are faced with two major issues. One, these criminal actors, these criminal offenders, they look at their activity as low risk, high reward. And second to that, coming out of the pandemic, even before, let's take a step back. Before the pandemic, we as consumers got comfortable shopping online. Well, coming out of the pandemic, that online draw really accelerated. And that's where these criminal actors are leveraging those e-commerce marketplaces to sell their stolen and their counterfeit goods goods. It's really caused these offenders to commit these high violent offenses, these smash and grab, these major grab and run theft activity that's happening across the retail landscape within the United States.
And so can you talk to us about the technology law enforcement uses to de-escalate violence? And can that be used in retail?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's where Axon comes into the picture. What we saw is retailers really struggling with a lot of the challenges that law enforcement was facing around violence on the front line and threats, and retailers reached out to Axon and said, hey, Axon, can you help? What we started to see was security deploying tasers and body-worn cameras and software, and those have been so effective in terms of positive outcomes. You started to see associates actually deploy body-worn cameras, folks like asset protection or loss prevention deploy these really for three primary benefits. First off, deterring and de-escalating threats. If you know a store is properly equipped and enabled with these tools, that's not as an attractive target. Secondly, during an incident, being able to live stream. So you have real-time situational awareness and audio video that you can share to security operations centers, to law enforcement. They can make the right decision. Maybe the right decision is to send a social services worker there. And finally, after an incident, being able to package up all of the digital evidence in a case that retailers can share with law enforcement and district attorneys where they're working. Every single major city in the U.S., including Baltimore, is using evidence.com. And so by bringing retailers onto that platform, these folks can now speak a common operating language, get a case adjudicated, and there will be consequences to these types of criminal activity.
And so as we wrap things up, where can our viewers go for more information?
Absolutely. For RELA, to learn more about RELA, you can go to rila.org/AP. And I'd encourage you to really look at what Vibrant Communities is doing and what it could do within your local community.
And for Axon, you can check out axon.com/retail, and you'll find our comprehensive resources there specifically designed for retailers.
Gentlemen, thanks so much for this great information.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. And time now for weather with meteorologist Wyatt Everhart. What's up, Wyatt?
Hey everyone, Wyatt Everhart here. Let's get a check of that forecast. And actually on the front end here, let's talk about some very beautiful weather out here in the Henry Mountains of Utah. This is Bull Creek Pass, and you see that snow on the mountains out there in Utah. The ski conditions are already getting very good out west. Back here in the east, we're kind of headed the other direction weather-wise, from cold days of the midweek to a milder day today with that west wind kicking in from the southwest through the day. Lots of sunshine. We're into the upper 50s today. Some spots probably touch 60 by this afternoon across Maryland. So quite a change from the chill of the midweek. We'll keep the sunshine around at least through the day on Saturday. As we go into Saturday night, things begin to change a little bit. Weather getting active to our west out toward Chicago, St. Louis. Main weather maker, coastal low coming out of the Gulf. This thing is going to dump rain across parts of North Florida up into Atlanta. This is late Saturday night. We stay clear until about midday Saturday around Maryland. That's when we look to get that rain and wind into the area. So nice start to the weekend. Enjoy it while we have it, because that coastal storm is on the way. In the short term, we keep high pressure, we keep clear skies, and just getting milder here by the day as we go into Saturday afternoon. Mild setup really across most of the Mid-South and the Mid-Atlantic for the next 2 days. However, as that storm comes in, it really brings the rain chances up significantly Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, right into early day Monday. And behind that storm, you're going to notice a big change. After several days in the 50s, we'll bring in gusty north wind, flurries on Tuesday, struggling to get out of the 40s. So yes, it'll feel like winter once again as we push toward the middle part of next week.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Medtronic.
More than 1.5 million Americans suffer from aortic stenosis. It's one of the most common and serious heart valve disease conditions. Cardiac surgeon Dr. Michael Reardon joins us now to talk about the new clinical trials showing how TAVR is revolutionizing the treatment of severe aortic stenosis.
I'm Dr. Michael Reardon. I'm a cardiovascular surgeon from the Houston Methodist Hospital and a lead researcher in the Medtronic transcatheter valve program. Aortic stenosis is the most common aortic valve disease needing treatment. Aortic stenosis is when the aortic valve, the valve that lets the blood out of the heart to the rest of the body, becomes narrowed. If it does, it builds up back pressure in the heart and makes it harder for the heart to pump forward. You'll eventually develop symptoms of fatigue or shortness of breath, chest pain or discomfort, dizziness or fainting. When that happens, your risk of dying starts to approximate 1% per month. There is no medical treatment for aortic stenosis. It is a mechanical problem, and the only treatment is the aortic valve replacement. Traditionally, that's been open heart surgery, where I open your chest, stop your heart, cut out the old valve, and sew in a new one. Not all patients are great candidates for open heart surgery, and we've developed a less invasive way of doing this called transcatheter aortic valve replacement, or TAVR, where we can go up through your leg, replace your valve without opening your chest or without stopping your heart. This leads to a less invasive procedure with a lower mortality, a lower stroke rate, and a much faster recovery. Most of my patients go home the next day, and most of them are completely normal within 1 week. Now, we've known for a long time that transcatheter valve replacement has an early advantage over surgery. The real question is, would it hold up over time? And the recent 4-year data from the low-risk Evolut trial shows that this advantage not only holds up with time, but actually increases in favor of the Evolut valve. This is the only valve and the first time we've seen this type of advantage for TAVR increasing over time, which is good news for our patients. If you have aortic stenosis, you should see your own physician. And if you want to go someplace else for more information, you can go to myinteractiveasjourney.com. And at myinteractiveasjourney.com, you can find out a lot more about aortic stenosis and the treatment options available for you.
Still ahead, office parties. You either love them or you hate them. Tell us what you think. A new report says many companies are skipping holiday office parties because of rising inflation and layoffs. One survey found most, 55%, will skip their office party this year. And of course, we wanted you to tell it, do you like office holiday parties? So far, 76% say they're okay. Okay, 3% love them. Wow, 3%. And 21% hate them. Good Lord. Okay, wow. Great show lined up for Monday. Just 2 more weeks until Christmas morning. Coming up, how you can get same-day gifts delivered right to your house. Be careful, that's tricky.
Find out how to have your business featured on Be More Lifestyle. Email us at BeMoreLifestyleTV@foxbaltimore.com.
Okay, yeah, let me remind you, don't play yourself on these last-minute gifts. It's happened to me. They don't come, and then you're sitting there like, oh, your gift is going to come next week. Oh, I don't know. Okay, thanks for inviting us to your house. Make sure you follow Be More Lifestyle on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a great weekend, and we will see you on Monday.